Hi guys, so I filmed a video in this exact same attire, so sorry if you see me looking like this again, but okay. So like 2 seconds ago, I just finished watching Vampire Diaries Season 3 on Netflix. Oh my god, this show is so addicting, and I'm obsessed, and I feel like I needed to express myself about this show, so I'm gonna do the Vampire Diaries tag, I Call It Ambrosia did a video on it, and I finished and I was like, I'm gonna watch this. And then I decided that I wanted to do the tag. And I didn't want to watch hers because I find her hilarious. And I feel like if I watched that, I'd be kind of swayed by her and I'd try to like say the same things she said. So I have not even looked at any of the questions. I just finished season 3 like 2 seconds ago. And now I'm on some random person's video reading the questions. I'm obsessed with the show. Let's get started. How did you discover the show?
So, my best friend in like 6th grade maybe, so like 3 years ago, maybe? I don't know. Either 2 or 3 years ago, she was reading the actual books. And I was like, what is that? I've like seen commercials, like what is that? And she's like, oh my god, it's this great book, it's about vampires. And I'm like, ugh, Twilight. And she's like, no, it's totally different. Even though I was obsessed with Twilight, like I'm not starting another series like that. So, she's like, start reading them. And I'm like, okay. So I started reading the first book, which is freaking humongous. And I was like, this is amazing. This is so good. And I was like halfway through the second one when I just stopped. I don't know why.
So yeah, then a couple months later, I was on Netflix, just like scrolling through, trying to find a new TV show obsession, and I saw the Vampire Diaries. I was like, oh yeah, my friend told me about that. I was reading those. Those are really good. So I watched season 1 and season 2 because that was all that was on Netflix. And then that was like maybe a year ago, like a really long time ago. Maybe like a week and a half ago, my mom was checking her email, and she got an email from Netflix like Vampire Diaries Season 3 was back, and I was like, praise the Lord, thank the gods, this show is back. So I started watching Season 3 and like 10 minutes in, I'm like, I don't remember what happened. So I watched Season 1, Season 2, and I just finished Season 3 all in like the span of a week. I was so addicted. So that's how I discovered the show. That was a really long answer. Question 2, who's your favorite character? My least favorite character is Bonnie, because she keeps doing things to F everything up and is stupid. My favorite character is probably Damon. I love him so much. I'm team Delana, or whatever that is. I don't know, I saw that on Tumblr one day. Probably Damon. I actually really like Caroline. I feel like she's developed the most out of all the characters. Like, from season 1, she was very kind of like self-absorbed, and oh, this is gonna be spoiler alert, I'll put that at the beginning, but when Tyler died, oh, I felt so bad for her, and the ending of season 3 killed me. I was sitting on bed like, oh my god, just an amazing show. Okay, so my favorite character is probably Damon. Yeah, like when he thought Elena was dead because Alaric died, like at the very end, again, spoiler alert, oh my god, I feel like he emits so much more passion than Stefan. Okay, so yeah, my favorite character is Damon. If you were a vampire, would you live off human or animal blood? I don't know. I feel like I'd want to be a good person, or vampire, or whatever, and try to live off animal blood, but I feel like I'd fail, and I feel like I'd turn into a Stefan where I like become addicted and like I need all the blood. I don't know. I'd like to say animal blood, but I feel like I'd be a crazy vampire. So human? Probably human. Even though I'd try to like go on animal, I don't know. I feel like I'd be a crazy vampire. Question 4, Team Stefan or Damon? Oh my god, Team Damon all the way. Okay. Stefan left her. He turned off his emotions, and I don't care why he did it. He could have easily turned them back on, but he didn't. He had so much time to turn his emotions back on, and he didn't. And Damon was always there for her no matter what, okay? Damon has always tried to protect her, and even though Stefan let her make her own decision, like, I respect that, I understand that, but he let her make decisions that could kill her, and Damon is always looking out for her. And oh my god, that scene in the motel where they finally kissed, oh my god, I died inside. Like, it just... And her and Stefan have never had that much passion. Damon keeps her on her toes, and just, oh my god, every time he looks at her, he's like, and I feel that love. So, Team Damon all the way. Stefan can never, if her and Stefan get together, they can live a happy little life. She will become a vampire. So, I don't know what they'll do. They have little creepy vampire babies, or adopt a bunch of creepy vampire babies. Live a happy little life, but like Damon will just keep her on the edge, he'll keep her alive even 1,000 years from now. He has so much more passion than Stefan, and he's always been there for her no matter what, and he met her first, okay? Okay, if she was really in love with Stefan, she wouldn't have fallen in love with Damon, okay? If you fall in love with two people, you're always supposed to pick the second person, because if you love the first person more than anything, you wouldn't have been able to fall in love with the second person, and Damon was the second person. So Team Damon. Even if you haven't watched the show, watch that scene in the motel where they finally kiss, and just, oh my god, and when they're just lying in bed like, oh, kill me. Oh, so Team Damon, that wasn't evident. I love him. 5. What's your favorite supernatural power? Is this like things vampires could do? Well, if I was a vampire, the thing I would like the most is probably the like compulsion. But my favorite thing, I don't know, because that can sometimes be really annoying. No, I guess that, or like the heightened emotions, because I feel like that makes everything more interesting. But if I was a vampire, I would hate that. If I was a vampire, I would love being able to control people's minds. So I guess that's my favorite. That sounds really terrible, but, or like being able to sneak around and be really fast. If you were to be a character, who would you be? I would be Elena, because I would put that girl's life back the way it was supposed to be, and she would choose Damon. They would live happily ever after. I would kind of like to be Caroline, because she's super pretty, or Damon, because that would be super romantic. Make Elena fall back in love. 7. Have you read the book series? I said this earlier. I read like book 1 and a little bit of book 2. Who's your crush on the show? Damon. Oh my god, if he showed up in my room right now, I would never see another human being on this planet. I would run and make out with him, and I don't care if that's TMI. He is so sexy. Oh my god, I want to hang a poster of him on my ceiling. Like, I want to wallpaper my ceiling with his face. So yeah, I have a little bit more. 9. What was your first initial thought of the show, and did it change after you saw it? First watched the show. The first time I watched the show, I'm pretty sure I was like, this is terrible. Because the first couple of episodes, I was rewatching them. I'm like, this is terrible. Because they're trying to introduce the entire thing, and I just think it's so like stereotypical teen drama shows in the beginning. But my opinion definitely changed. Now I'm addicted. Can't wait those 25 days till October 11th. So yeah, first I thought it was kind of bad, but it's definitely amazing now. So, who was your favorite villain? Ooh. I guess like, who do you love to hate? Is that it? Maybe Klaus, or I really liked Rebecca. Even though sometimes she wasn't a villain, because I can kind of understand what her motives were. Like, she just wanted someone to love. But then Klaus, I love to hate him too, but I also love to love him too, because I feel bad that he was like so alone. Like, honestly, there have been so many villains in the show. At the beginning of the series, when Damon was kind of terrible, I loved to hate him because he was so attractive. And just, I was like, oh, I hate him, but I totally make out with him, you know? But Klaus, I feel so bad for him because he just didn't want to be alone, and he's always trying to like reunite his family, but he always goes about things wrongly, badly. I don't know, is wrongly a word? Probably not. And, like, I would sit on my computer on Netflix and like yell at him. I'd be like, Klaus, if you want your family dead, it's not what you do. I hate Alaric right now though. Alaric is totally a villain right now. Probably Klaus. Even though that girl from Pretty Little Liars, I really wish she was a villain. Like, I really wish she was the one killing people, because I would have liked to not like her. Or, ooh, the uncle? I don't remember what his name was. I really liked to hate him. So that is the last question. I'm sorry if this scared you away from me, because I'm very passionate about this show, and this was just like me like venting right now. Like, I'd be a lot calmer tomorrow, but just, oh my god, this show is amazing. If you haven't watched it, you need to go watch it. I know I just spoiled a million things for you, but just go watch it. Fall in love with Damon, and if you want to fight me about whether or not she should be with Damon or Stefan down below, oh, we could debate. So yeah, that is the end. Make sure you watch it. It's amazing. Get a Netflix free trial or whatever, and spend all your free time watching them, so then you can be prepared for season 4. You have like a little less than a month, so I think you could do it. If I could do it in a week and a half. They're so addicting. At the beginning, if you hate it, keep watching. And please do this tag down below. I would love to see it. I love like this new little like vampire community I found. Vampire Diaries community. Why is it called that? Is it because Elena has a diary? Okay. This was fun. I had fun. Okay, bye guys. Watch the show.